now that the dust has been settled and the tensions are um, diminishing, I would say, to put lightly. I think, you know, I'm very disappointed in the Democratic Party in the complete immediate aftermath of this election. And, I think the finger pointing has definitely begun, and we've seen it on levels that um, I don't see have seen before. I'm sure it's happened in the past. Um, but you had the legacy media like MSNBC comparing Trump to Hitler, a dictator. Constantly banging the drums of, he's gonna take away all minority rights. He's gonna, you know, instill Project 2025. Just the fear mongering ran rampant. So to the people who watched it, especially within the Democratic Party, they thought, there's no way someone could vote for Trump. And then obviously, what happened, Trump not only won the electoral college, but the popular vote. So now people are clueless as to say, well, why did he win? I don't understand. This doesn't make zero sense. But to me, it makes complete and total sense. With the legacy media dead, you can get your message out a lot more effectively. We can talk about whether it was misinformation or not, but what I want to talk about is moving forward. What is the Democrat approach? Um, so I was watching The View, a clip from The View about how you know a lot of men, a lot of Latino men in Texas, especially Southern Texas, overwhelmingly supported Trump, and the immediate thought was, well, these men are sexist, and I just think that is silly. I think that is a non-solution. Um, Clearly, the Latino men voting for Trump were concerned about the border crisis, maybe inflation, maybe the economy, um, and things like that. On top of that, Kamala Harris only won about 5% of the Republican vote, which was less than Joe Biden's 6%. So, this sort of moniker of elitism within the Democrat Party, more billionaires supported the Harris campaign than the Trump campaign. So what's the issue? I doubt it. I really do doubt that 51% of Americans, or whatever the total vote is for Trump, are sexist in nature. That's just a cheap cop out and a way to shift blame and finger point at each other. A lot of people are blaming Biden for not dropping out early. A lot of people are blaming Kamala for running a mismanaged campaign. Maybe the groundwork wasn't good enough in the swing states. However you slice and dice it, I think the biggest issue is, not who's at fault, but just the fact that we're pointing fingers at each other. I think the Democrat Party needs to realize that the Obama method of, these throwing out these words of unity and intersectionality of, you know, certain demographics making a coalition together, whether it's people of color, people who are queer, or, you know, people who don't fit the stereotypical mold of white, well off men, or, privileged class, or, that coalition idea is completely gone down the drain, with Trump's populist message of the common man versus the people in the deep state, or the people in the swamp, he likes to call it. That just doesn't, that no longer only appeals to the white man, that appeals to everybody, throughout multiple demographics. So I think Obama's playbook of unity and establishment and normalcy and, decorum is just gone. And, you can't play up to the moderate vote anymore because, um, people, lived through the Trump presidency, and a lot of them did enjoy it for whatever reasons. Um, so the idea that, we're just going to say what Trump is saying, but in a more packaged and politically correct way, is not going to work. So moving forward in 2028, I know we're already talking about 2028, but if you want to be competing with the new MAGA Republican Party, we are truly entering a new political system, and I will call this the populism era in the sense where, you have to fight fire with fire. So if I were the Democrat Party, I would let go of the Bidens of the world, let go of the Obamas of the world, the Kamalas, the Clintons, all the people in the past administrations, get every single one out of them. You know, if you truly want to win, you have to run a leftist candidate. And I mean true leftist. Social progressivism, healthcare for all, increase in welfare, increase in progressive tax systems, things like that. I truly believe, um, and I think that's why Hillary lost too. There are a multitude of factors in any election, but Bernie Sanders was clearly the favorite in 2016 and in some cases 2020. But the Obama playbook of, he's too left and the moderates aren't going to vote for him. The moderate Republicans or the leaning right Republicans who are open, they're going to vote for Trump default now. You know, they go off of Trump's record retrospectively. So if you truly wanted to make gains, you can't run on nothing. You can't run on vibes. You can't run on joy. You have to take a hard stance on what you believe. Take a page from Trump. Trump has been the same person since 2016, saying the same things, the same rhetoric, and having the same policies. And I truly believe he believes in those policies. So, moving forward, I would tell Obama, if he ever would listen to me, which I doubt, but I digress. I would tell, the establishment Democrats of the world to, say, you know, leave the seat cold. Let it be up for grabs. Let the people decide where they want the Democrat Party to go. You no longer have a grip on what it means to be a Democrat or what it means to be a progressive. And I think people should see that, the Republican Party is moving further right and this and that. But they don't want to examine themselves about it, saying, hey, look, maybe we need to move further left to appeal to those voters who felt unheard. A lot of people who didn't vote this year, a lot of people who disagreed with both the Republican and Democrat Party. That's a lot of people, you can appeal to. I just, for better or for worse, whichever camp you're in, I just know that the Republican Party is only going to get stronger from here. J.D. Vance offers a politically correct, well-spoken, well-made, he's got a good story. I have to give him credit. Hillbilly to, Marine to Ohio State to Yale to, best-selling author, movie, 30-year-old senator. Now he's in the White House as the VP, and he's very well with his words. So, he doesn't have the baggage of Trump of the insurrection and the the nasty comments and all that things like that. So he's going to continue spitting out the rhetoric of Trump in a nice packaged way without much of Trump's character or threat to democracy baggage. And Democrats, if I were you, I would step up your game too and start actually taking a stand on leftist values instead of running on the idea of unity or joy or character. You got to fight fire with fire. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm a little sick because I stayed up way past my bedtime on election day, but yeah, I hope you enjoy your day, and I will see you tomorrow.